What's up everyone, welcome back to the shop. Gift bags are fantastic because one, dogs love them for some reason, and two, they're easy, so they're perfect for the wrapping paper impaired. But I'm gonna add a third reason, which is a tissue box holder. I'm gonna make a wooden tissue box holder that looks like a gift bag. When you put the tissue box in it, the tissues stick up, so it looks like it's tissue paper for a gift bag, but really it's just regular tissues. To start off, I need some wood, and I'm looking for something that doesn't look super woody. What I mean is, I don't want like oak with cathedral grain. I want something that looks more like what a gift bag would look like. So I'm gonna go with sapele. I love the way the grain just flows from top to bottom. It even naturally has a bit of a shimmer in it whenever I'm looking at it from the side. It should also be able to help mask some of those seams because the grain just matches up so well from board to board. Sapele is a little bit more expensive than domestic woods, but it's not really a big deal because it's a Kleenex box holder and I'm not really gonna use a whole lot of material. I'm gonna go a bit on the thin side with these boards because I don't want them to look super chunky. I want it to look more like a gift bag. I got some boards. I want to tackle the sides first. Whenever I look at the side of a gift bag, what I'm seeing is an obtuse angle. I need to tilt my blade just slightly, then I can cut the angles on the sides. When those sides meet up, it's going to form that obtuse angle. Also, that's going to be the center point for the side of the bag. I don't want this angle to be too deep because then it might look a little bit jarring visually. But if it's a bit too wide, then maybe it doesn't necessarily give the illusion of a gift bag. I need to find that sweet spot right in the middle. That probably sounded a little bit creepy. I have to cut the angle where the front and the back of the bag meet the sides. Well, that angle's pretty steep, much steeper than what my table saw blade can tilt to. So instead, I'm gonna bust out the old geometry lessons. I've got a jig here that fits over my table saw. Now it has an extra tall fence. This is gonna allow me to cut my board vertically. I can put some double-sided tape onto my workpiece, stick that onto a sacrificial board. Now I can put that board up against my taller table saw fence, push it through the blade, and that's gonna give me the angle I need. Not too bad, huh? Now, before I glue this whole thing together, I'm gonna go ahead and drill some holes in the front and the back for the handles because it's much easier for me to do this now than to do it later. With those quickly out of the way, I can finally glue this thing up. I'm not gonna bother with clamps with this. I'm just gonna use some pressure and some tape. Get my angle exactly the way I want it, put some tape around that thing really tight, hold it there for a second. I don't have to rush this, and then go angle by angle until the whole thing is done. If I cut my angles correctly, everything should line up perfectly. If for some reason it doesn't, not a big deal. I'll just fix those areas later on. I got my bag and I've got a board, so I could just set this dude on here where I want it at, take a pencil, trace out the inside, then simply cut it out. I could use a bandsaw, I could use a jigsaw, but I'm gonna go with the scroll saw because, well, I got a little special place in my heart for the scroll saw. I mean, I even have a separate YouTube channel devoted to nothing but scroll saw projects. I got everything sanded smooth, and because of the shape, I had to really do it all by hand, but now it is time to apply finish. Now, as far as finishing goes, could pretty much apply anything I want to. I'm gonna go with Osmo, which is a hard wax finish. Really like this stuff. So plan is to basically soak it in, rub it in with this white Scotch-Brite pad, buff it into the grain really good, then come back with a rag, wipe off all the excess. I don't want to have any of this stuff stuck on the surface. New day in the shop and whew, that looks really good. All right, now I need to put some rope or ribbon on it or something because it needs handles and that's what's gonna make it like a gift bag. So I've got a little bit of ribbon here. Now the end is frayed up, but I'm just gonna twist this and then put a little bit of CA glue right on the end. Now I can thread it through the hole and then tie a big knot on the end so that it doesn't pull back out. Depending on my mood, I can always change out the ribbon. So maybe I want to put a birthday one on there, or Christmas, or I don't know, Festivus. Look at that, it's a gift bag, but it's made out of wood. But it's also a tissue box holder, and the tissues stick up like they're tissue paper. It's sort of like the woodworking version of a dad joke. Big shout out to the superhero community over on Patreon for all your support, and to meet again, get in your shop and build something awesome.